Being a fan of an NFL expansion team is tough. None of the last 4 new ventures into the league have won a Super Bowl, but there's one team that has had it particularly hard. That would be the Houston Texans, an organization whose failure is just as abundant as their head-scratching moves. They've had 20 years to figure this out, and as of today, they somehow are worse off than they started. So let's ask the question, why? Finding rock bottom. J.J. Watt is the greatest player in the 20-year history of the Houston Texans. He earned 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 5 First-Team All-Pros, and even took home Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year honors in 2017. He was a great player on the field and an outstanding person in the community. He was the face of the franchise in Houston, and the Texans cut him. From a business perspective, J.J. Watt's release made sense. He was 31 years old on the back 9 of his career and stuck battling injuries. But the move was a symbolic end to the short-lived heyday of Texans football. Watt's rookie year coincided with the first playoff appearance in team history and ended just as the team had crash-landed into a situation fraught with disorder and glaring lack of direction. How did we get here? We might as well start from the beginning. Back in 2002, a city who had lost their beloved Oilers less than a decade earlier were now hungry for football. Would you believe me if I told you that the first game in Texans history was a victory? And not just any victory, it was a win over the cross-state rival Dallas Cowboys. But even in a winning effort, first overall pick David Carr was sacked 6 times. That season, Carr would be sacked an astounding 76 times. Tony Boselli, the first pick in their expansion draft, never played a snap in Houston. The rest of the O-line was glued and duct taped together. Carr never stood a chance. It then took the Houston Texans a full decade to make the playoffs. Gary Kubiak somehow kept his job for 5 seasons without sniffing a postseason appearance. But in 2011 and 2012, the Texans won games in January, both times against the Bengals. It appeared the Texans had a real nucleus of talent with Matt Schaub, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, and DeAndre Hopkins. But when Schaub forgot everything about how to play quarterback in 2013, the Texans had to smash the reset button. Enter head coach Bill O'Brien, the former offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, but most recently, the guy who has succeeded the Paterno administration at Penn State. Hey, somebody had to do it. Bill O'Brien is remembered as a failure in Houston, but that narrative has only emerged following the last few games of his career. This is a coach that made the playoffs with names like Brian Hoyer at quarterback. There were signs that O'Brien was a little lost in terms of team building, like signing Brock Osweiler sight unseen in 2016, but for the most part, he nailed a lot of moves. The biggest of them coming in the 2017 draft. In the first round, Houston traded up to the 12th overall pick for Deshaun Watson. At the time, Watson was not the pariah he is today. This was like Fresh Prince, Men in Black Will Smith. He had just upset Alabama in the national championship game, and he turned into one of the most electric quarterbacks in the NFL almost immediately. By year 2, Watson and the Texans were winning divisions. In 2019, they came back to beat the Bills at home, setting up a date with the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. A 24-0 lead evaporated within minutes. There were a million reasons why the Texans lost that game, but one play earned the most scrutiny. Still ahead by a significant margin, Bill O'Brien called for an ill-timed fake punt. Needless to say, it failed so badly that it made the HQ Trivia app wins. O'Brien caught heat, and deservedly so. He didn't have much of an explanation for the call other than it just didn't work. The Texans were a house of cards. Kansas City had knocked it over with a baseball bat. Since that debacle, the team has won just 8 games. Bill O'Brien was fired 4 games into the 2020 campaign, but not before he could stick one last knife into the heart of the team. On the first, Hopkins wasn't happy, but what did he get in return? Any first-round picks? Nope. It was a stomach punch to Texans fans, and it was another reminder that the franchise was trending downwards. O'Brien deserved to be fired, but like many military coups, his departure created a power vacuum. In his place emerged a very unlikely figure, Jack Easterby. Easterby had begun his NFL career as the team chaplain for the Kansas City Chiefs before moving to the Patriots, mostly to help guide them through the fallout of Aaron Hernandez. Bizarrely, Easterby ascended into a player personnel role with the Texans, forming a close bond with owner Cal McNair. mostly thanks to their shared faith. Easterby kept climbing the ladder, eventually becoming the head of football operations. Yeah, this was a pastor who had followed a Machiavellian path to the top of an NFL franchise. Sports Illustrated reported that Easterby was the force behind the Hopkins trade, not O'Brien, and his eagerness to move on from Hopkins was the reason for the disappointing haul in return for a top-flight receiver. Furthermore, he had alienated the most important player on the Texans, quarterback Deshaun Watson. Watson had just signed a 4-year, $156 million deal that would keep him in Houston until the age of 30. But he began to see the writing on the wall with Easterby's power grab. Watson requested a trade, which led to a continuous stalemate in Houston. But the world soon learned that Deshaun was not the man we believed him to be. On March 16, 2001, a Houston massage therapist accused the quarterback of blank misconduct. Sorry, I can't say the actual words on YouTube. Twitter and the NFL world at large first saw this as a cynical cash grab and a smear job against an otherwise upstanding member of the community. Watson himself released a statement saying he had never treated a woman with anything short of the utmost respect. Then more accusers emerged, and more, until an entire active football game of accusers took the field. Whether you want to roll with Watson or the All-22 is up to you, but here are the facts. Watson spent the entire 2021 season on his couch. Easterby, GM Nick Caserio, and new head coach / Patsy David Culley drafted Watson's replacement, Davis Mills. And yes, this is a real, unedited picture of his neck. That may have been the only good move they made that offseason. The directionless Texans took a strange approach to free agency, shopping in bulk, but not in quality. Names like Rex Burkhead, Philip Lindsay, Mark Ingram, and Danny Amendola. Bizarre pickups for the team in need of a rebuild. And of course, while signing all those bargain bin free agents, they hit rock bottom when J.J. Watt left for the Arizona Cardinals. If the chaos around the team wasn't enough of a reminder that their glory days were done, Watt's departure certainly did the trick. In the end, Houston won as many games with Watson in 2020 as they did without him in 2021. Culley took the heat, and after just 1 year, he was canned in favor of Lovie Smith? Someone please make this make sense. Okay, I'll try. The Texans were clearly intending on hiring former QB Josh McCown as their head coach, so much so that everyone paying attention could see it coming from a mile away. David Culley might have overachieved in 2021 given his roster constraints, but he was a placeholder for McCown. Then suddenly ex-Dolphins coach Brian Flores sued the NFL for discrimination and reignited a dialogue on the dearth of black head coaches in the NFL. Knowing how bad the optics would look if they hired the woefully inexperienced McCown, the Texans panicked and hired Lovie Smith. Smith has underperformed since leading the Bears to the Super Bowl in 2006, but his hiring didn't lead to a PR disaster, so there's that. Jack Easterby will eventually hire Josh McCown to be his head coach, pretty much solely based on the fact that they share the same faith. Soon, the Texans will become the NFL's version of a megachurch, something indigenous to the Houston area. And will it help them win games? God only knows. So, how do we fix this? Now, for my final trick, I'm going to try and convince you why this team might not be that bad in the future. There's gotta be some hope, right? Actually, yes, you can make a decent case. It starts with the result of human and giraffe spliced DNA, Davis Mills. Despite being a third-round pick with a ton of question marks, Mills looked pretty good in his rookie season, outperforming other first-round picks like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson, at least numerically speaking. Plus, Mills did it in a pretty bad situation. While I don't think the Texans should sit on their hands when it comes to the QB position, they've at least got some hope there. Oh, and their last great quarterback, he's gone finally. After beating 10 criminal complaints, the Browns decided to take on the risk of Deshaun Watson. Good luck with that. I mean, they fleeced the Browns. So, guess what, Texans fans? You can look forward to a bright.
In 2021, the Houston Texans established a new foundation for success.
Davis looking, throwing over the middle, got a man, touchdown, Houston! Brandon Cooks.
That's how you start fast. That's how you start fast right there.
Pocket collapses, he's sacked, Malik Collins. And he's going to be upended by Tamir Thomas. Draymond Smith cutting left, through a little seam, 35, still going, and he escapes out to the left side.
Proven veterans, young talent, new leadership, all coming together to build a winner in Houston. In 2022, the Houston Texans are ready to step up. The Texans had plenty of reason to get loud in Week 1 last year. Houston kicked off the season with a dominating performance against their division rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They set up the blitz, and it's a throw downfield. Cooks down there, and it's a catch by the Texans. 40-yard pass to Brandon Cooks.
The Texans tied a team opening day record with 450 total yards and set a new mark with 37 points. On defense, Houston filleted the Jaguars with 3 interceptions.
Throws over the middle, it's intercepted. Kirko with the pick.
A pick by linebacker Christian Kirksey left some meat on the bone.
Hey, Christian, all right, I want you to look at it. We have 9 minutes left to go in the game. Why are you falling down on the ground?
Because when I'm about to get up, I got it. I'm about to get up, then Daz will knock me back down. I'm out of shape.
No. Dad, knock me back down. You know? And we should be celebrating in the end zone. We're really celebrating in the end zone. Yeah, I know. Come on.
I ain't gonna lie.
Opportunity.
Brandon Cooks celebrated the opening day win. The 8-year receiver had 5 catches for 132 yards.
Caught by Cooks inside the 10-yard line. What a grab by Brandon.
Cooks has become a leader of the Texans' offense. He finished the season with a personal best 90 catches for over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Mills under center, throws, caught, touchdown, Houston, Brandon Cooks.
Well timed by Davis Mills, and to the receiver that he has the most chemistry with, Brandon Cooks.
In 2021, he made his 100th career start, and he became the 3rd Texan receiver to record consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
Throwing downfield to his left, wants Cooks, and has a big play to Brandon Cooks.
A proven veteran with big playability, Brandon Cooks is one reason Houston is ready to step
Now
up.
firing deep down the right side, and Cooks with the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
As the Houston Texans step up in 2022, rising stars like defensive end Jonathan Grenard will lead the way.
Let's go! We gotta turn it up. We gotta turn this all the way up, man. Hey, put the foot on the gas, bro. Ready? No, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, boy, hell no.
And he's in trouble. He's sacked. Comer Hill gets him back at the 16-yard line.
Hey, I get half of that set, right? Hey, we got a ball right here, bro. If we don't have our best play, we have it right now.
Here's the snap to Wilson, looking and tucking it under, and the ball is out. Grenard strip sack. Texans looking for it. Can they get to it? It goes out of bounds.
That was a heck of a play by number 52.
Man, give me that! Damn!
In his second year in 2021, Grenard became a full-time starter. He racked up 33 tackles, including 9 tackles for loss.
On second down, handoff Harris, and a blast in the backfield. Jonathan Grenard with the TFL. Wow.
Well, you talk about starting to play some really good football. Jonathan Grenard is that player. He is really, really starting to crank it up defensively.
Grenard also had 12 quarterback hits and a team-high 8 sacks.
And now he's going to go down. He's sacked by John Grenard. Grenard with the put down.
Going with Grenard on Houston's front 7 was defensive lineman Malik Collins. In his first season with the team, the 6th-year vet amassed a career-high 29 tackles, with 9 stops in the backfield.
handoff to Hilliard, and a TFL by Malik Collins.
180! Is that?
Linebacker Christian Kirksey was also new to the Texans in 21. A versatile athlete, Kirksey could take down runners just as easily as he could knock down passes.
Quick throw over the middle, and incomplete. Kirksey got in the way of the intended target.
Nice job of recognition by Christian Kirksey to watch the eyes and zone coverage of the quarterback and then get a paw on the football to knock it away.
With 93 tackles, Kirksey was second for the team lead behind fellow linebacker Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Hey, Kirko! Good turn, boy.
He had 106.
Hands off again, and this time Grugier-Hill has him down for a TFL. Texans TFL machine, Kamu Grugier-Hill.
In Cleveland, Grugier-Hill paved his way to the backfield with 3 tackles for loss and a sack. Against the Colts, he cemented his role as a team leader with a franchise record 19 tackles.
Here's the give. Taylor, front side run, right side, and Grugier-Hill blasts in to bring him down for a loss.
Boy, that's a great tackle. Grugier-Hill has reactionary speed, and it's because he studies so much film that he can recognize different plays right away and then use his physical talents to match up what he's seeing upstairs. I mean, you're gonna call me crazy. This kid's playing at like a Pro Bowl level already. He's putting in the work.
Foreman gets the handoff, and he's blasted in the backfield. What a hit, Grugier-Hill, and Tavierre Thomas getting back there. And for Grugier-Hill, that's his 100th tackle this season, the first time he's hit the century mark in his 6-year career.
Grugier-Hill helped the Texans make history last season. In what was the first time Houston's defense forced 5 turnovers in back-to-back games. He forced a fumble in Miami, then had a pick in Tennessee in Week 11.
He's got time, he throws, it's picked off, Grugier-Hill, right side run, 30, 40, to the 50, right sideline, 30, 20, 15, 10, but he's down at the 5-yard line.
In a dominant performance, Houston had a pair of sacks and tied a team record with 4 interceptions, including 2 by defensive back Desmond King.
Tannehill, shotgun, Texans sending people, Tannehill hit as he throws, it's picked off by King! The huge takeaway for the Texans to stop Tennessee.
Against the eventual top seed in the AFC playoffs, the Texans never trailed. They frustrated their division rival to earn the win and prove themselves ready to step up. A big step towards success in 2022 is the success of the Houston Texans draft class in 2021. Led by General Manager Nick Caserio, Houston added a cache of quality players, most notably quarterback Davis Mills.
Mills fakes the give, looking, stepping up. Davis scrambling to the right side. Davis throwing back of the end zone, wide open. Brevin Jordan, touchdown, Houston.
Hey, Davis. That's how it's done, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, that's a hell of a drive.
The 3rd-round pick from Stanford had the #1 red zone passer rating in the NFL last year, throwing for 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. Against the Patriots in Week 5, Mills became the first rookie in league history to throw for at least 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and have a passer rating over 140.
Looking, pumping, stepping out to the right. Mills fires to the right sideline and caught by Chris Moore at the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, rock and roll, touchdown, Houston!
Mills again threw for over 300 yards and 3 scores with no picks against the Titans in Week 18.
Mills throwing downfield to his right, hits Chris Moore, he's in, rock and roll, touchdown, Houston!
Mills set team rookie records in passing yards and first downs with help from a pair of first-year teammates. receiver Nico Collins became a valued asset in the Texans' offense.
It's good to have a receiver like Collins. Felt like this past offseason they needed to add some size to that receiving group. Well, they did it in 6'4", 215 with Nico Collins.
Rolling downfield over the middle, got a man inside the 20, 15, 10, and down at the 5-yard line, Nico Collins.
Okay, Nico.
Tight end Brevin Jordan showed how he and Mills are becoming a potent passing combo.
Mills throwing to the end zone. It's caught by Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Houston.
Yeah, bro!
The rookie quarterback throws to the rookie tight end.
Yeah, bro!
I think the position of tight end with this franchise is in good hands for a while with Brevin Jordan.
On defense, Roy Lopez made an immediate impact, starting 15 games at defensive tackle.
And he's under pressure, and Lopez has him down for a sack. Big Roy puts down the quarterback. Big Roy.
Linebacker Garrett Wallow played in all 17 games. He had a strong performance in Jacksonville in Week 15 with 11 tackles.
Lawrence throws, 6-yard pickup as Wallow with a big hit.
Well, Wallow came up quick. I mean,
He's fired up.
Yeah.
Against the Jaguars, Houston's special teams, led by coordinator Frank Ross, did something they hadn't done since 2009.
5, cutting left, 10, 15, through a little seam, 20, 25, 30, 35, still going, and he escapes out to the left side, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Houston, rock and roll, Tremont Smith, coast to coast.
The Texans defense had 3 sacks and held the Jaguars to 3 of 14 on third down conversions.
Texans showing blitz here. Lawrence looking, and he's under pressure. Derek Rivers puts down the quarterback.
Brandon Cooks had one of his best games of the year with 7 catches for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns.
You don't leave the middle of the field wide open like the Jacksonville Jaguars did. Davis Mills able to make them pay.
Cook's second score sealed Houston's 8th straight win over the Jaguars and 9th season sweep in 11 years.
Mills out of the gun. They throw the screen to Cooks, left side, trying to find some room. Has the first down and more. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rock and roll. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks to the house.
Eager to build on their success in the AFC South, Houston is taking big steps toward victory in 2022. Another big step toward success for the Houston Texans in 2022 is experienced leadership. This offseason, Lovie Smith was promoted from defensive coordinator to become Houston's new head coach. For Smith, success is never far away.
It's always about hope. Cincinnati Bengals were one play away from possibly being the Super Bowl champions. Year before, 4 wins.
Back of the end zone, it is caught, touchdown!
So I think history can get you excited about an awful lot.
We're going to all look at each other, all right? We're going to come back and win this football game. So you got that thing?
AP's Coach of the Year in 2005, Smith knows what it takes to make a team a winner. He won 3 division titles in Chicago and guided the Bears to Super Bowl 41.
Back on 5 steps, sets, throws to Muhammad, end zone, touchdown!
Now in his 3rd stint as an NFL head coach, Smith is eager to create a winning culture in Houston.
We were able to build a foundation last year. A lot of the main pieces are still in place, and we know that we can grow from there.
With an eye on improving their hand and building their roster, the Texans look to the draft in Las Vegas. With the 3rd overall pick, Houston got an ace, cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. Stingley, who wore numbers 24 and 7 at LSU, has elite speed and playmaking skills against the pass and the run.
And it's Stingley in the open field stop. Not only can he cover, he can hit you.
Houston further strengthened their defense, taking safety Jalen Petrie from Baylor in the second round. The Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year in 2021, Petrie can also play linebacker and cornerback.
And one fluttering, and it's intercepted by Jalen Petrie.
Houston also added Christian Harris, linebacker from Alabama, and Stanford defensive lineman Thomas Booker. Houston's offense also got a boost on draft day. Texas A&M guard Kenyon Green immediately improves the offensive line. A two-time All-American from Humble, Texas, Green has the versatility to play tackle as well. A four-year starter at LSU, tackle Austin Deculus gives Houston depth up front. Along with tight end Tegan Quatoriano from Oregon State. For added firepower, the Texans selected receiver John Mechie from Alabama and Florida running back Dameon Pierce.
Everybody's running.
With all the pieces in place, Coach Smith was eager to bring the team together.
Let's go, let's go. Chris, you got a guy coming down here. Yeah, you got to be further inside. Hey, Jonathan, make sure you're wide. Don't get out flank. Outside, turn it back. Just like that. Just keep turning back, turn it back. Oh! Ah, that's two. Great job. Yeah, great drop. It don't matter. We got to catch that. Yeah, don't start that. Avoid the contact first. Hey, get the next one. Get the next one.
And no hesitation, and don't start thinking, hey, I wonder is it going to get there? No, we're going. And I'm going to trust my teammate.
Hey, David, that's a heck of a throw. Oh, good. Hey, T. Brooks, good. It's good. Hey, Garrett, now that's better. 44. I think you may be getting better.
The Texans showed how much better they can be in Week 16 last year. Against a Chargers team looking to make the playoffs, Houston posed a problem.
6.5 to go, first quarter. Texans down 3-0. And a handoff running left has room. 15, 10, 5 to the pylon. Does he get there? Yes! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans score and take the lead on the Chargers. 7-3, 6:25 to go in the first.
In the second quarter, LA regained the lead. Late in the first half, a Jonathan Owens interception gave Houston a chance to get back on top.
First down, Texans at the Houston 9 empty backfield. Davis airing it out long down the right sideline, wants Dorsett, and Dorsett with a great catch. What an effort. Big pass play to Dorsett. The Texans down 12-10 to the Chargers. They are right in this game. 49 seconds to go, 48 at the 41. Hills in the gun, airs it out long down the right side, got a man, and touchdown Texans! Chris Conley for 6, rock and roll! The Texans have the lead back.
Houston poured on the pressure in the second half. Quarterback Davis Mills got clutch catches from tight end Brevin Jordan and receiver Chris Moore. With linemen like tackle Titus Howard clearing the way, running back Rex Burkhead kept Houston in control. In the fourth quarter, he extended their lead.
Handoff, Burkhead running right, he's in! The Texans have a 24-15 lead over the Chargers with 13:37 to go in the fourth.
After the Chargers pulled within 4 in the fourth quarter, Burkhead led the Texans' response.
Career career best 149 yards on 22 carries for Rex Burkhead. Best rushing performance for a Texans back by far this season. 2:43 to go. Mills quick pass. Nico at the 5. Nico in the end zone. The dagger. Touchdown, Houston. My goodness.
Nico Collins' first NFL touchdown made it a 2-score game with less than 3 minutes left. But the Texans were not done.
Herbert with time, floats the ball. It's intercepted. Thomas left side 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. To the house. Pick 6. Third takeaway of the day. And that seals the deal. And then some. And the Texans have a season-high 41 points on the board against a team that was thinking about the playoffs.
Earning a convincing win gave the Texans a glimpse at their potential. Once again, in 2022, the Houston Texans are ready to step up.
Mama, you back home, but maybe you're listening. Maybe you'll see this.
I need that.
Come on!
But guess what? We did it.
That's Spider-Man meme.
It's how Come on now.
This is how we talk every time.
It's all the time.
See Mike though?
Nah, I give him that. He talk this all the time.
They got you mic'd up. Oh, now we're gonna get everybody talking to me now. Now we're gonna get everybody talking to me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new franchise, Houston Texans. We're starting Week 10, realistic. And now I'm gonna play the owner here, and I got a little storyline for y'all. Houston Texans, man, they used to be owned. They were founded in 1999 and were owned by Bob McNair until his death in 2018. Following McNair's death, the majority ownership of the team went to his wife, Janice. The team replaced the city's previous NFL franchise, the Houston Oilers, who played from 1960 to 1996 before moving to Nashville and eventually becoming the Tennessee Titans. The Texans began play as an expansion team in 2002, making them the youngest franchise currently competing in the NFL. While the Texans mainly struggled in the 2000s, which was their first decade of play, their fortunes would make a turn for the better in 2010s, when they first found success in the 2011 season, winning their first division championship and clinching their first playoff berth. The Texans have gone on to win 5 more AFC South championships in 2012, 15, 16, 18, and 2019. They're the only franchise to have never won a road playoff game, along with the only one to have never appeared in a conference championship game. They're also one of the 4 franchises to never have appeared in the Super Bowl, alongside the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, and division rival Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, as you know, Miss Janice is over the Texans. She's taken ownership. But there's a new Texan in town who's come, and he's brought in a lot of money to a little place called Austin, Texas. Now, Miss Janice will be running the team for the rest of the year, but this guy likes his cars. He likes his Rockets. Let's see if he can turn a football team around. Now, this guy's going to keep on. He's going to keep Mr. McNair's son on. Bob McNair's son. Because he's running it now. But obviously the Texans have not been doing good since 2018, 2019 because of Mr. Bob McNair. So the new owner of the Houston Texans, Elon Musk. Elon Musk, man. All right, we got the New York Giants this week. This is the stats for our team. We're going to go over them. Davis Mills will not play another snap for me. We're going Kyle Allen because we are tanking for maybe a quarterback. Either we're going for C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. Damon Pierce will be getting fed. Rex Burkhead will be seen a little bit more. Dare will be seen a little bit more. Receiving leader Brandon Cooks. Disgruntled, man. Let's see if he's got what's his contract looking like. We gotta get this guy out of here. Yeah. He's getting traded after this year. I know he's not happy here. I know he's not happy. Let's see what motivation tags are looking like. He likes the warm weather, but he wants a franchise quarterback. Maybe we could just flip him for a second, third round pick is what I'm thinking. Nico Collins. Yeah, young guy. Chris Moore. I don't know, man. Be nice if we had John Mechie. He's battling leukemia right now. Day one starter. Titus Howard out here. No sacks allowed. Laramie Tunsil, no sacks allowed. That's impressive. So the offensive line's not to blame. Well, maybe they are. Jonathan Downs out here playing good. Christian Kirksey, a vet guy, we'll see his contract real quick. He is a captain. He's been here. Yeah, we'll see. We might move him in the offseason. We'll see. Let's see how old he is. He is 30 years old. Yeah, we'll be moving on to him. Maybe he can move to a competitor or something. Jalen Petrie, like him a lot. Strong safety from Baylor. Derek Stingley out here. We got a young secondary, thank God. That's about it, man. Jerry Hughes, let's see what he's up to, contract-wise. Yep, he'll be getting shipped off, I think. Kicker, yeah, it's cool. Cameron Johnston. Kick return man, yeah, okay. Desmond King. We are 30th in offensive yards, 26th in defensive yards. Points scored 28th. Ugh. Points allowed 19th. It's not too bad. Yeah, as you can see, we're not a very good team. Not at all. The rest of our schedule, let's see what it's looking like. We got a tie against the Colts, loss to the Broncos, loss to the Bears, loss to the Chargers, win against the Jags, a struggle win. Wow, Trevor Lawrence had a great game, huh? Amazing. Raiders, lost to the Raiders, lost to the Titans, close game, Titans. Lost the Eagles, and we playing the Giants, the Commanders, at the Dolphins, Browns, at the Cowboys, Chiefs, at the Titans, Jags, Colts. It's not looking good out here, man. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Yeah. Wish that some of this stuff didn't happen, but so what you got to deal with it, Madden. Yeah. So this is it. I guess we'll see y'all in the episode. I hope you liked the intro. I hope it's pretty hype for y'all. We're gonna get started cranking out some episodes. I gotta dive into my sliders, get them figured out, because we are playing all Madden, and we are playing, I believe, 12-minute quarters with 15-second runoff, or runs down to 15. And next episode, you will see me play the Giants. I appreciate everybody for coming by, and peace out. We'll see you next episode.